Okay, so welcome to the number one secret of no cost marketing, and that really is video. Um, I'm going to show you today just how easy it is to get started with video marketing and do it in a really cost-effective way. So today is all about why video. I'm going to walk you through some of the stats that might be kind of mind-blowing to you. And then we'll walk you through how to get started, how to create a plan, how to create your YouTube channel. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of the differences between YouTube versus Facebook Live versus Instagram TV. Then next week, the third one of these trainings in the series is all about capturing leads and growing your email list. And that is all about lead generation basics, which we're going to talk about today, because one of the things that's awesome about video marketing is the ability for you to generate leads based on getting people to come and see your video, getting people to start to connect with you because they start to know, like, and trust you. And then, like I said, next week's all about leads. It's about how to nurture leads, how to use email to connect with them, and how to convert those leads into paying customers. So Lauderdale Lakes, WPDesignLab.com. Lauderdale Lakes is the special page where everything that we talk about gets posted. The video replay will be posted there. And so will any of the resources we talk about in the session will get posted on that webpage. You can also make an appointment to visit with me personally, and I'm always happy to help, and I will be offering some one-on-one time at the end of the session. So I'm Kelly Damasio. I am your DIY web and brand design guide. I am an award-winning brand and marketing expert, and I help people just like you, entrepreneurs, small business owners, artists, healers, bloggers, whoever you are, learn to confidently DIY branding, marketing, and web design. And I have helped people from all walks of life, from startups to Fortune 25 companies, create their DIY self-managed websites, as well as the DIY branding and marketing. So kick back, get ready to learn, turn off your cell phone, social media, email, and TV, and we're going to get started. Grab a pen and paper. You will have the opportunity to watch the replay, but you're 5 times more likely to achieve things you commit to in writing. So if you start by writing notes, that gets you that much further down the road to being able to achieve your goals. And if video is one of your goals, let's get started. Stay to the end. I've got a couple of special offers at the end that I want to share with you. Now we're going to just blaze through a bunch of slides with facts and figures about why video is so important. So 96% of people say they watched an explainer video to learn more about a product or a service. So video is a super easy way to reach more prospects. It is free and it is simple marketing. It helps people get to know you, helps people start to like you, and then ultimately trust you, which means it is the fast track to getting people to know, like, and trust you, which then is building that relationship, which then makes people comfortable enough to buy from you. So video is a awesome way to fast track that relationship cycle. So now we're going to talk about exactly what it is why video is so important. It helps you expand your reach. By putting videos out on YouTube or Facebook, you get found by people that are not in your circle. They're not in your networking circle necessarily. It helps you, and since it's evergreen, which means it lives forever. Your video is out there until you pull it down. It gives people a chance to see something that you did 2 or 3 years ago. So it lives on. Your marketing lives on 2 or 3 years down the road. And only if you decide to take it down does it come down. People with large YouTube channels, they're still getting views, like major views, on videos that they posted years and years ago. And then the last piece of this is it is all about creating personal connections. And when you start to create video, it is more like a one-on-one conversation, especially if you're not doing it through slides and things like this, where you're just talking to a camera and just, showing people, talking to people in a way that helps them understand what it is that you do and how you can help them. So it is all about accelerating that know, like, trust cycle. Um, and video really is no longer kind of a recommendation. It's becoming a requirement. Videos let you immediately establish authority, and it'll create a more personal feel to whatever message you are putting out there. Um, and I think one of the things that I've noticed with students is that when they start with video, the first half dozen times, it doesn't feel terribly natural. But then you stop thinking about it and you forget that the camera's there and you just talk, because now you're talking to your ideal consumer, just one-on-one, having a conversation with a friend. And now you can start to connect with your audience on an emotional level, and um, that you can't really get in other mediums. The written word just isn't the same as hearing it from a person's mouth. And it helps people know, like, and trust you and then buy from you. So it shortens the sales cycle, it's efficient, and it is super cost effective. So 68% of people say they'd like to learn about a new product or service by watching a short video. We all have a new product, or we all have a product or service that we're selling. We all do, no matter what we do. We have something that we are selling to someone else. And 68% of those people, 2/3, said that they want to watch a video instead of having to read the article. 15% are still willing to read the text-based article, which that's been a dramatic shift in the last couple of years. The ebook manual says only 4% presentations, infographics. So you've got that 4, 4, and 3. That's not how people want to get their information. They want to get it from the video. But the ebook, the presentation, and the infographic is still super important to back up what you're saying, because people want to be able to download the infographic to help them remember what it was that you said. People want to download your presentation to go and refer to it. And ebooks and manuals just have a very high perceived value with the customer. So short video, create an ebook, presentation, or infographic for a lead magnet, which is just a way to get someone to type in their email address that you can send them the backup material to what you're doing. So this number floored me. I mean, I knew YouTube was big, but 1 billion users watch over 250 million hours of video every day. That's crazy. And YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Google's number 1, YouTube is number 2. Oh, and guess what? Guess who owns YouTube? So think about how you can really expand and extend your reach for SEO, search engine optimization, by having a YouTube channel. People watch 16 hours of online video each week. That's up 52% in the last 2 years. And Google loves video. Think about it. They own it. That's how much they love it. And you are far more likely to get to the top of search results when you add video to whatever online content you have. People are 2 times more likely to share video content than they are even just a photo or your article. So if you put out a short 3 or 4 minute video about your product service, or a benefit that your product or service provides, people are 2 times more likely to share that with someone else, which extends your network, extends your reach, and allows you to get found by people you wouldn't ordinarily be found by. The other important thing to remember about video, and this is that whole know, like, and trust circle. People buy from people. And so the more personable you can be, the more personal touch, the more emotional connection you can create with people, um, the shorter your sales cycle will be. And video does a tremendous amount to do that, especially today. I mean, you know, 6, 8 months ago, we could still go to networking events. We could still do live training. And that's how you could get your message in front of people. That's how people got to know each other. Well, now we're still, in a lot of cases, doing video conferencing. We're still not gathering in large groups. Some of the people in the Northeast are starting to really get into, lockdown situations again. So video is becoming more important so that people can understand who you are and get to know you in a way that just a voice over the phone just doesn't do. So the know, like, and trust cycle means more dollars to you. This is another one of those things that I want you to think about. This is the reason why video is taking over the world and will continue to take over the world. We process video 60,000 times faster than text. So you could say that video really is a no-brainer because we don't have to think about it quite as much. That means your audience, it's easier for your audience to get immersed in your content and connect with you emotionally. There's also a new phenomenon happening in YouTube right now, which is once people find someone that they like on YouTube, they binge watch their videos. So to me, this is a pretty compelling story. It's processed 60,000 times faster than text. So it makes it easier for your audience to get immersed in your content because they don't have to think. It really is a no-brainer. And they connect with your content emotionally. And this works for everybody. This works whether you're a plumber, a hairstylist, a consultant, it doesn't matter. Video works. If you have something that you are selling, if you have something that you are need clients for, video can be used to make that happen. How-to searches are most popular. So if you are a plumber, maybe post a how to replace your faucet. Guess what? It is not going to cannibalize your business because most of the time, those folks aren't really going to replace their own faucet. They're going to make a phone call to someone who can replace it for them. So if you're in a service business, create as many how-to videos as you can, and make sure that you're getting these posted on your Google local page so that you'll drive customers right to your door. Adding video to your website, to your articles or blog post, increases your chances of getting on the first page of Google results by 50 times. That's huge. There really is no other SEO technique that gives you that chance for free to get on the first page of Google results. And most people don't search beyond the first page. So you do want to add video, if for nothing else, to keep up with your competition and get on that first page of Google results without having to pay for it. Because the only other way to get there is through really hard SEO work of link building, maybe paying for ads. This is the fastest way to get you to first page of Google. When you do video, think about the concept that you have the show versus tell. And you have to kind of shift your mind a little bit because when you're just on a phone call, it's easy to get into the habit of telling people things because you don't have the opportunity to show things. I know when I'm on the phone talking with someone and I don't have a Zoom call up and I can't see them and we're not sharing anything, I'll have this tendency to talk with my hands, and I'll make gestures. I'm like, they can't see me. Why am I doing that? So in a video, you have the opportunity to actually demonstrate and show people how your product or service solves their problem. Okay, so quickly, a few more stats. Website visitors are 84% more likely to purchase after they've watched a video of you, and because they've shortened that know, like, trust cycle, and they feel comfortable that what you have to offer will solve their problem. This is for any of you who are in HR or have had any HR training, you know this is so true. Most people need some type of visual aid to learn, which is why video is better than text. Viewers retain 95% of a video's message as compared to 10% when reading text. Even using all of the tricks of bullet pointing and table of contents and call outs, text articles or text-based learning, people only retain about 10% of that. However, combined with video, you're really getting close to almost 100%. So video helps people to know, like, and trust you, and it also helps them to retain your message and remember you, so that when they need to make that purchase, they're going to remember you and come back to you and buy from you. By 2021, that's next year, so it's moving really fast, 80% of all consumer internet traffic in the world, not just the US, in the world, will be video. Adding the word video boosts email open rates by almost 20%. So that should tell you right there. If you're not a marketing person, that may not sound all that exciting or big, but email open rates, somewhere in that, maybe if you've got a really good list, you've got a really good audience, 50% range. So if you can increase your open rates by almost 20% just by adding a single word, everyone on the planet would do it. So it tells you that when you tell your audience that you have a video for them, it increases your open rate by almost 20% just by adding the word. Then adding a video to your emails can boost your click-through rate by 300%. So, obviously you don't want to send a video in an email, but you can send a thumbnail with a play button, superimposed over top of it. And then you can give your message through that video. Click-through rates, boosting it by 300% is enormous. So think about the next time that you need to send an email out to your subscribers or your group. Can you record like a 3-minute video that tells them everything that you want to tell them in that bullet pointed email? Probably. Go ahead and do that. Throw it up on YouTube. Make it private if you don't want the world to see it. Link it from your email. Then people can go out, listen to your message, get to know, like, and trust you. And I would still suggest that for the time being, you go ahead and add content in writing on your in your emails, but you'll be surprised at the number of people who will click through to watch what you're saying versus click through to read what you're asking them to read. The other part, the reason I say that this is the #1 secret right now for our time at this moment is that there is no other low cost, no cost marketing tool that can be as effective as Quickly. There is really no barrier to entry because it does not cost, it probably won't cost you anything to do it. Every one of us is sitting here with our cell phones, probably sitting on our desk. It might be in our hand. So you have the camera that you need, and most basic editing software is free. Windows computers come with one loaded, Macs come with iMovie, And then there are a number of other free video editing tools that you can use as you get a little bit more sophisticated, but there's no reason not to just use the free tools that come with your software system as it is, your operating system. The other thing about videos is that it allows you to tell a longer story. It allows you to tell it at a pace that you can start to build excitement. And even though you can do that in writing, most of us aren't great writers. I know I'm not. I know that it is much easier for me to create a pace and tell a longer story, tell a more compelling story when I do it with video, because it's just like I'm talking to a friend or an audience or a couple of people. Your content can be super helpful in this way, and it allows you to connect on that more emotional level. It's also a great way to tell complicated stories, whether you're a doctor, whether you're, it doesn't matter who you are. If you have a more complicated story to tell, video is the best way to do it, because now you can, again, use visual aids, create the right pace so that your audience hears you, and makes it easy to understand. And one of the things that happens with video that sometimes falls really flat when you're doing written words, everyone wants you to be authentic. That's the first rule of video. Be authentic, be who you are, show your personality. And if you're a little quirky, that's okay. And it's also difficult to make this shift if you're like a corporate person, to make this shift into being able to do that kind of quirky, authentic you thing, because we've been trained not to do it in written word. And there's some reasons for that. Have you ever sent an email and thought you were being funny or cute, or, and the joke fell flat, or worse, offended someone because they didn't understand you were joking? Well, there's no tone, voice inflection. They can't see your eyes. They can't see who you are. So sometimes we fall flat when we send out quirky, authentic, personality-driven emails, but not with video. With video, they can see exactly who you are, exactly what your intent was, and have fun with it. So video is absolutely the best bang for your no-cost marketing buck. We're going to now start moving into the next phase of this, which is how long should your videos be? How should I schedule videos? What should I do about the content? What should I say? All of that kind of stuff. So here's just a general rule of thumb, and I will have this posted on the website about how long your videos are going to have to be. You're going to be surprised, because you don't have to do a 40-minute session or video to get tremendous engagement. And if you start thinking about doing everything in shorter bites, you're going to get really good at getting right to the point and quickly telling people your number one single objective for your video. So on Instagram, 30 seconds is best. You can then link them out to a little bit longer video on YouTube, but inside of Instagram, you want to use 30 seconds. Instagram TV, 2 to 4 minutes. Pinterest, about 30 seconds. Twitter, 45 seconds is about the average. For Facebook, you can go about a minute, and this is just posting on your feed or in your business page. Group pages, you might do a little bit more because you may be doing Facebook Lives inside of your group, and there you want to keep it to about an hour. Believe it or not, YouTube videos, the ones that perform the best, are somewhere between 2 and 4 minutes, but they're very targeted. They don't ramble on, they don't have a lot of fluff. They just tell you what you need to know, why you came there, because remember, people are getting there by search. And then once you've got an established audience, you can go into a little bit longer form videos. And people who are there searching for answers for specific things will stick around to watch longer videos. But 2 to 4 minutes is, generally speaking, the best window for YouTube. And it doesn't mean that you have to stop your video after 2 to 4 minutes. Just make sure that you've told people what this is about, who you are, how you solve the problem for them, and ask them to subscribe to your channel, and ask them, and tell them where they can get more information about whatever it is you're doing. So if this woman's selling a hairbrush, she may just go into the whole thing about, hey, I'm here today to show you the #1 best way to, or best brush for any hair type. And she'll tell you what her credentials are, and then she'll move on to, go ahead and subscribe and like my channel. And if you want to find out more about different brushes for different hair types, check out my website. Go to blah, blah, blah. LinkedIn, 30 seconds is the perfect time for a LinkedIn post. And then LinkedIn Live is 30 minutes. Now, all of these short 30-second, call them commercials. Think about it. That's what a commercial, how much time is in a commercial, 30 seconds. So you're going to start thinking in commercial sound bites, but you can drive them, link them to other longer format videos. Now, I didn't do this and I should have. So Instagram, your video is going to be available for, before it gets kind of pushed down in search results, maybe a couple of days, maybe a week. Instagram TV, couple of days. Pinterest is evergreen. Pinterest is, and I know a lot of people aren't using it, but Pinterest is one of the most underutilized social media lead generating platforms out there, because it is a search engine. It is visual search. And if you were targeting moms, women, men, it doesn't really matter. People are searching on Pinterest. I think I've told you all before that I run a small blog, and one of my blog posts is actually about how to get the yellow stuff off the bottom of a boat. It is one of my #1 pins, and it is also one of my #1 drivers to that lifestyle blog. And it is equally seen by men and women, although Pinterest does tend to skew more female. Twitter, remember, Twitter it's happening right this minute, and then it has a very short shelf life unless you have something so compelling that it gets passed around. So Instagram, couple of days. Instagram TV, couple of days. Pinterest, evergreen, so it means that people will find your video 3 years from now. Twitter, couple of hours. Facebook, about a day. Facebook Lives, if they're on your business page and people find your business page, you may have a little bit of maybe a week on that. But YouTube, again, is evergreen, and meaning that people will come back, and if they're searching for best hairbrush in the world, they may find the video that you posted 2 years ago. So it continues to pay dividends over a longer period of time. LinkedIn, initially, you may have a couple of days for it to stay in the feed. And then LinkedIn Lives have a little bit more longevity because they are trying to create more of a dynamic search for their video content. So the two best places to use video for it being evergreen is YouTube and Pinterest. Okay, so these are the 4 E's that I want everyone to remember about creating a great video. It needs to be engaging, it needs to be emotional, it needs to be educational, and it needs to be empathetic. So your audience came there for some reason. They're trying to solve some problem. That's why we're searching for almost everything on the internet. And if we can always remember that the reason people are engaging with us, whether it's on our website, whether it's in a video, is because they're trying to solve their problem. it goes a long way to getting us to where we need to be as far as creating the type of content that will connect with them. So it's engaging, emotional, educational, and empathetic. Make sure that you let your audience know that you understand how they feel. Maybe you've been down, the reason you're doing the video is because it was a problem that you searched for years to find the answer to. People love that. And then the types of videos that you can do, these are just some basic ones, and there really is no boundaries. You can, whatever you can think of, whatever you can create, whatever you can talk about, you can create a video on. But they fall into a couple of broad categories: demo videos, explainer or product videos. So if you have a consulting business, let's say, you might want to do a video that tells people how you work with your clients. This is my process. This is the process that we use whenever we're working with a client. You're going to shorten your sales cycle if you have a video on your website explaining how you work, what your process looks like. Don't give away any secrets, but make sure you give just enough so that people are like, huh, I need to pick up the phone and I need to learn more. Testimonial videos. If you've got clients who rave about you, try and get them to give you a 30-second testimonial video. It makes a huge difference. Lives. We all know that lives are big right now. Lives will get a lot of people attending live, but they also are great if you send the link out to your live, to your audience. People will watch them at their leisure. So while you'll get some people on live, like today, we've only got a few people here, but what we know happens is that when I send the link out to the rest of the group, a lot of those people go and watch it when they have time, when their day is finished, when kids are put to bed, and when all of the other responsibilities have been taken care of. Tutorial videos are great. This is where you can teach people anything from basket weaving to web design online. How-tos and educational videos are big. The other thing that, then this is a way to stand out, especially on like Instagram and Pinterest and some of the other more visual platforms, is fun on-brand videos. So do something a little bit unexpected. If everyone else in your space is telling people how to do something, start doing things that are a little bit more fun, a little bit more humorous or different, but still on brand. It'll make you stand out from the crowd. So one of the things I'm going to talk to you about is how to research. And if you start to see that there's a lot of people doing a lot of just standing in front of the camera talking videos, maybe you want to mix that up a little bit with some of your editing or the way that you explain something, or there's all kinds of different ways that you can create more fun and on-brand videos. The people with the oranges, that's different. Everybody else was just talking about how to slice the orange. They actually use those oranges as a prop to show off their personality. You can also screencast. So if you've got a piece of software that you're demonstrating, you can take a screencast, post it. It's a great way to train. And then video presentations. So let's talk about YouTube versus everything else. And I did categorize, this is the slide I thought was, that I was right after the, how many minutes each thing should be. So search engines. YouTube is a search engine. And you also have the option to go live. It is evergreen, and you'll get views from content that you created years earlier. Pinterest is also a search engine. It's a visual search engine. And video plus animation really stands out on Pinterest because not many people are using it. And people are searching for all sorts of things on Pinterest. I can't tell you enough how important Pinterest can be to your marketing. Then live, stories, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Lives are available live and for replay, but they get pushed down the feed pretty quickly. And stories are seen for only a day. So While I'm not saying don't post there, don't make that your main platform. Make your main platform YouTube and Pinterest, and then create alternate endings or alternate and beginnings and endings for your other social media feeds. So how do we get started with video? The first thing to do is to define your channel. What's this all about? What am I going to talk about? Um, and some people get super specific in their niche and they're only going to talk about web design. Other people get pretty broad and talk about anything lifestyle related. So define your channel. What's it all about? Who are you? Who is this channel targeted to? And what problem will you be solving for that person? Then you want to brand your channel banner. I'll show you some examples in a minute. And you want to create a channel trailer, which is your first video that you're going to post up there. And it's just going to tell people why they should watch more videos from you, and a little bit more, little tiny bit about you. It's about a 1-minute video. Then you're going to spend some time setting up your channel, then plan your videos, then research your videos, then write your script, then film videos. I'm going to show you how to batch film videos so that you can create all of your video content in a day or two a month. You'll edit those videos, then you're going to upload and post it, and then it's time to promote your video. So defining your channel, who does it serve and why? So my channel is helping entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you learn DIY marketing and web design to grow your business. This is what the banner looks like. These are, make hair simple. This guy actually teaches, he started during the whole COVID shutdown. He'd always done videos for professional hairstylists, but during COVID, he actually started posting how-to videos for all the rest of us on how to cut our own hair when we couldn't go to the salon. And he even created a brand new business model for himself, because he's got a membership site now that people pay to be a part of to get specific directions and specific video on how to take care of their hair. So, but these are what the channel banners are. Super simple, and you don't want there to be a whole lot going on. It's your header image for your channel, and all it needs to include is your name, a logo, and maybe your tagline, and keep your text to a minimum. Some people recommend that you say new videos every week or new videos every Tuesday. I think there's a better place to do that than in your visual, but you can certainly do that. The size that you're going to use here is 2560 by 1440. Or if you're using Canva, like I've suggested, all you have to do is go into Canva and select the YouTube channel art template, and it'll give you the right size graphic, and you'll have templates that you can use that will give you some inspiration so that you don't have to be all creative on your own. Then the brand ID channel trailer is, this helps you to produce a captivating trailer. This is Jamie Oliver's YouTube trailer, and you can see it runs about 1:03. And the way you want to think about creating this trailer is assume your viewer has never heard of you. So you want to introduce yourself, tell people why they should subscribe. Make sure you're keeping it short. 1 minute's like the perfect pitch to get the great things about your channel into the minds of your audience. So you're going to tell them who you are. You're going to tell them what kind of content you're posting here and when they can expect new uploads. That's why I say this is probably a better place to do this. Hey, I post on Tuesdays and Thursdays, new content. Ask your viewers to subscribe to your channel so that they'll get alerted every time you post a new video. And your trailer will automatically have an end card when the video finishes, giving the audience an easy way to subscribe. The trailer will automatically play when someone lands on your channel if they are not subscribed. So it's a great again, this kind of was, a lot of people think of this as being optional. It's really not. If you create your channel right from the beginning, you will get much greater results much faster. Then set up your channel. You want to add descriptive keywords. Remember, YouTube is a search engine. So just like Google, it is looking for specific words and phrases that are the spider that the search engine can glom onto, so that they know what to serve up, which of your content to serve to which person in the audience. Unsubscribed viewers will see both your channel trailer and your channel description when they come to your channel for the first time. You're going to want to customize your channel layout to match your brand. You want to add info in the About You section. Again, not everybody does that, so you definitely want to do that. Make sure it's very keyword rich so that Google knows who to send there. And it'll also confirm for your audience when they stumble upon you that, yes, I found a kindred spirit. I need to be here. I need to become part of this group, part of this tribe, part of this, this movement. Here's another place that you should add links to your opt-ins to get people subscribed on your website so that you collect their email address, but only one. And then you can also add affiliate links at the bottom of your descriptions so that you can make a little bit of affiliate money. You'll also want to make sure that you're including links to your social media accounts, like right up here. So planning your videos. The fastest way to get started, if you already have a website or you're already doing some type of blogging or articles, or even if they're white papers that you've published for industry events and things, is to repurpose your 5 best performing posts, articles, presentations, whatever it is, and repurpose them into videos. Remember, most of those presentations, most of your blog posts and articles probably fit into a 3 or 4 minute video. Presentations, you might be able to break a presentation that you've done for an industry event into 4 or 5 videos, because you break them into different sections, create a playlist, and then now you can get people to binge watch that entire presentation, to get all the information that you want to get out there. Okay, so if you don't have any content, no problem. You're going to take 15 minutes, set a timer, and brainstorm ideas for short videos that will enhance your brand and authentically connect you with your audience and help you sell more things to more people. 15 minutes, that's it. Scribble as many down as you can. And then in a minute, we're going to talk about researching it. You can also just start typing ideas into the YouTube to see suggested topics. Do the same thing with Google, so that you can see what people are searching for. So research. There's something called TubeBuddy, which as soon as you set up your channel, that's the next thing you want to do is download TubeBuddy and make sure that it is active on your YouTube channel, because it'll let you see how well your chosen topics are performing. You can check search volumes using Google. You can, like I just said, you can type the topic into Google search to see what other suggestions are. And same thing with Pinterest. Go into Pinterest. Once you have a business account on Pinterest, it'll tell you what things are trending. And you can either choose to create videos that are on trending topics, or you can tailor your message to meet the topics that are already trending. Then write a script or a storyboard. Clear and captivating scripts or just talking points is so critical in helping you to get clear on what your video is. It'll help you concisely communicate your message. And during this time, you should also be planning your images and music if you're using it. So here are the 5 key steps to creating a video. The first is a hook. You got 5 seconds to create a compelling reason for people to watch. If you've done any of my other webinars, you know that we have about 5 seconds, maybe a little longer in certain situations, to hook people into sticking with us, staying with our page. viewing our content or learning more about us and our products. So you've got 5 seconds. So you want some kind of compelling, like, did you know that 96% of people have watched an explainer video and gone on to buy a product because of it? No, I didn't. Let me find out more about that. Or give a crazy stat like the one about, that people are that your brain processes video 60,000 times faster than reading an article. Something to hook your audience in here. And you should be on video. It's okay to then move off and do slides or whatever, but you want to be in the video, in your hook. You probably also want to stay in the video in your intro, because this is your elevator pitch. So it's, hey, did you know that the, whatever major stat or compelling question, and then you're going to go into your elevator pitch. I do blank for who. Hook them, tell them who you are, keep your intro to about 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, and then you're going to jump right into your content. Content is going to take up the bulk of your video, and throughout your content, you are going to create things like calls to action, helping people break up your content with calls to action. So I'm trying to think how to explain this. So when you've given your first thing, you say, okay, has anyone else experienced that? Go ahead and comment below if this is something that you struggle with. Another call to action, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Another call to action towards the latter part of your presentation. And I have another video that goes into a little bit more depth on this particular topic. Or head on over here and download my ebook on creating, buying the best hairbrush for your hair type. Whatever your calls to action are, pepper them throughout your content. So give some information, ask a question, or suggest an action, then more information, suggest an action, and you kind of keep that up through the pitch, and that is the best practice for getting people to not only hear your message, but start to engage with you and want to learn more about you. And then your outro is just wrapping it all up. It's just saying, okay, so you're going to tell them what you've already told them, recap it in a couple of seconds, wrap it up, and you'll have a slide here that gives contact information and other things that people can do to connect with you. Underneath videos, you'll also see that people take advantage of that space to put links to their affiliate programs, put links to sign-up sheets and things like that. And you definitely want to take advantage of that. So then your next step in this is filming your video. First couple of times you do this, this will be the hardest thing you do, but you want to relax. It's just video. You're not doing it live, so it's not a big deal. If you mess up, and you will, you just edit that part out. You want to be authentic, and you want to connect like you're talking to a friend. Think of the person who you created your avatar, your ideal target consumer. And think about just having that one-on-one conversation with them like you're doing it over a cup of coffee. As a matter of fact, to get started, a lot of people do something like, have a cup of coffee with them. As I'm taking a sip, to just reinforce that idea of this is just a conversation with a friend. There's no reason for me to be nervous. You can do this all by yourself. You don't even have to have someone else holding the camera for you, because you can set it up on a tripod or use your computer to do it. So there's no reason to be embarrassed. You're just going to do it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you will get. Then you can batch film videos. So if you have 4 videos that you want to post in a month, go ahead and create all of your scripts, all your content for it, and then batch film them in a single day. Because once you get into the video production mode, into the, kind of being on camera, you'll be relaxed and it'll be really easy to shoot more video in quick succession. The other thing is to shoot short bite-sized pieces to make your editing easier. So as you write your script, write your thoughts, tell your thoughts, and then you might want to pause for a minute, unless it's just flowing. If it's flowing, then just keep going. But if it's not really flowing for you, just stop, give yourself a breath so that you've got a clean place to edit from, and then start again with your next thought. And again, if you mess up, it's okay. Laugh, do whatever you have to do. When I mess up, when I'm doing a video, I make crazy noises to try and get myself back focused. And again, make sure you give yourself a clean space to start editing from. Then when you go to edit your videos, you're going to use free software like iMovie, or there's a lot of software as a service, SaaS editors out there. Keep it simple for right now. You do not need to do any fancy editing. It is not a big deal. Some of the biggest YouTubers out there don't even do any kind of weird graphics or things that fly in. They just keep it simple. And when you're starting out, there's no reason to do anything more than that. I'm also going to tell you that when I first started editing videos, it made me crazy. I could do the camera work. I could talk for days. I could film for hours and hours and hours. But when I got to editing, I just had this mind block. I just couldn't get over the technical piece of it, which is kind of funny because I'm kind of a technical person. But anyway, I hired an editor to help me learn how to do it, because I didn't want to be dependent on an editor. I wanted to be able to edit my stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning if that's when I felt like I had the time or I wanted to do it. But initially I did hire an editor, and I hired an editor to coach me on how to do it myself. And that's how I learned. So you're going to cut your videos to remove any mistakes, or cut out extra fluff if you notice that you went on or rambled about something. Just cut it out. You can now add transition slides, you can add image overlays, and you can add some animation. You know, you've seen the videos where people are like, subscribe here, and the subscribe button bounces around. If you want, you can add some music. I would not add music, generally speaking, while you're talking. You might want to have it at the beginning, maybe again at the end, but while you're talking, keep the situation quiet. You want to make sure you add a thumbnail at the front so that you don't end up with the crazy, we've all seen them, the crazy, person there, the video's frozen with their eyes closed and their mouth open like they're catching flies. Add a thumbnail. You can capture a great shot of you from the video, or you can actually, do a photo shoot before to have a thumbnail that works for you. And you can add words to your thumbnail using something like Canva. And then you're going to have an outro and an exit slide, which is just that, hey, thanks for watching. Next video will be next Tuesday. Can't wait to see you. And then your exit slide that takes them to a place that says, subscribe to my channel, visit my website, buy my course, call me for consulting, get a free one-on-one consulting session, whatever. And then it's time to upload your video to YouTube, and YouTube can transcribe your videos. And you can do that either using YouTube or another service. And then you can post a thumbnail with the video link to your YouTube video on your website, and post the transcript of the video. If you do nothing else on your website, you can always just post that transcript, because now Google has two things to find you with. They've got the video and they've got the transcript of the video to help them figure out what your video is all about, help you rank higher in search engines. The other thing that I like to do is I'll take that post transcript and I'll use that as the basis for my blog post. I may not post it word for word, or if I do, maybe it's a little hidden, but I'll use the post transcript to be the basis for my blog post. So it saves me a ton of time doing that way. Then you want to promote your channel. This is where you tell everybody you've ever met that you're doing YouTube. And I know the first couple of times you'll be like, I don't want anybody to see this, but that defeats the whole purpose. You want everyone to see this, and you'll get better and better. So you're gonna keep telling people that, oh gosh, I got so much better. You gotta go see my latest video. You're gonna send it to your email list. And that doesn't matter if you have 2 people on your email list or 20,000 people on your email list. Send it to everyone on your email list. Post it in Facebook groups. A lot of times groups will have days of the week where they will let you post your promotional content or your blog post or whatever. Post your video links. Share on Instagram. Maybe do a story to make sure you link it to your bio. And then Pinterest. I'm going to go back one more place here. When you get to editing your videos, one of the other things that I should have mentioned at the filming part is that you want to film alternate intros and exits. So we're going to say that this is your long format content. And you're going to create one that is just, hey, this is the, great new whatever. And I'm the expert in this because, then get into your content. But if you want to post it on Facebook, make sure that you have a specific intro to Facebook so that you can talk about it being on Facebook. Same thing for Instagram, same thing for Pinterest, and make sure that your exits are the same way. So if, subscribe works on YouTube, but, like me, or join my group, or whatever it is that you want people to do in that platform, have an alternate introduction and an alternate ending so that you could edit those together and create videos that work. Same videos, same content, but it'll work across all your different social platforms. Share on your website because it's good for your website, it's good for Google. Add cards to your other videos. Once you have a collection of videos, you'll want to go back and make sure that every one of your videos connects to all your other videos. And you just keep doing that as you grow your channel. Create calls to action inside of your videos and in the description. Create playlists. Think about your videos as a series. Think binging on Netflix. So if you're talking about DIY marketing and there's 4 or 5 sections in your DIY marketing talk, each one of them can be its own video, and you put a playlist of DIY marketing. And then it always gives you another place to go back to add additional content. Make sure you add end screen so that people can find you. Comment on other people's videos when it's appropriate. Share their video content because it's a community and people will do the same for you. Get into Reddits and community forums, answer questions, and post, hey, I just did a video on that. You might want to go check it out. People will go and learn about you. And then, like I said, tell everybody you know, and make sure you're sharing it on LinkedIn. If you're doing anything business related, share it on LinkedIn. I think I may have also mentioned this in another session. One of the things that I do with LinkedIn, even on my lifestyle blog, is I will from time to time post on LinkedIn because it stands out. And I get a lot of engagement from LinkedIn when I'm doing something that is not quite so standard business marketing related. People are always like, hey, I want to learn how to cook the perfect turkey. So promote. Let your industry groups know that you're doing stuff. Ask them to promote your videos. Anything you can do to get people to know it. Okay, so now we're going to go through the 3 keys to success. First thing is, done is better than perfect. Your first couple of videos may not be what you imagine. They may not have the production value of Steven Spielberg, and you may think, oh, this is just not going to be the thing, but it's okay. And I'll tell you what you should do is go take a look at some of the bigger YouTubers and go back to their early stuff. This will make you feel so much better. It's what I did a couple of years ago. I went back and I started looking at people where they started. Well, they weren't good either. they were just doing what I'm doing, which is trying to figure it out. So go back, look at older videos from, YouTubers from a couple of years ago, and know that you will get better. But you got to start somewhere, and they will get better. The more you do this, the better you will get at it. And finally, be consistent. If you say, make a deal with yourself, I'm posting a new video every Tuesday. Post a video every Tuesday. Because the more consistent you are, the better YouTube and Google will like you, because now they have a reliable content sharer. And it'll make it easier for you to keep your commitment if you decide to be consistent. And that is the number 2 success key, is be consistent. You'll get better and faster. YouTube loves new consistent content, and YouTube will begin promoting your videos once they understand your pattern of posting. So your first couple of videos are probably not going to share too much in search results, but as you become more consistent, they will. Promote just one opt-in. So one of the metrics that that YouTube is looking for is they want to see that you retain your viewers for a minute or more when they come to see your videos. So you don't want to send people away right away to go, sign up for your ebook. So promote just one opt-in. Do not send people away. You want to get people to stay to the end of your video if you can, because YouTube wants to suggest content that gets great engagement, and that's what engagement is. Focus on getting people to subscribe to your channel here and now, and then work on getting them to opt into your email list. Encourage people to comment below, and then whatever you do, and this is true with any social media platform. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're in Pinterest, if someone comments on your things, you need to comment back. And that means that you do need to consistently engage with your social media platform. Great news, YouTube sends you a notification when someone comments. Great. So all you have to do, you got that email, pop in and say, hey, that was awesome. Thank you so much. It doesn't have to be much. It doesn't have to take more than a couple of seconds. Just make sure that you're always responding. And it's also a great way when people comment on your information. What else can I tell you? What other things that I might know would be valuable for you to learn? Okay, so that's it for getting yourself onto video. And coming up next is next Tuesday, which is, believe it or not, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I woke up this morning and realized that Thanksgiving is just a week away, and I really don't have everything. I haven't really started thinking about it. It seemed like this year dragged on forever and ever with COVID. Now all of a sudden it seems like it's accelerating, so that it's going so fast I can barely keep up. But next week we're going to talk about capturing leads and growing your email list so that you'll be able to promote your videos to more people. We'll talk about how to craft special offers and value-added ebooks and things like that. I'll walk you through what a lead generation funnel is, how to nurture your leads, and then we're going to talk about why email is so important. And trust me, email is not dead. And then what you need to do to convert your email leads into buying customers. So, as always, I am here to help you. You can reach me at this number, 754-225-2044, or visit the page where I have set up all the special offers that I've offered to the group at wpdesignlab.com, Lauderdale Lakes. You can sign up for a free session there. We'll do a one-on-one marketing assessment, or any other topic that you want. I'll do 30 minutes or so with you to help you figure out your next moves. I'm also putting up a YouTube channel setup guide so that it'll walk you step by step through each of these steps. I'm going to put together a quick video equipment guide, but remember, I am going to tell you about some other pieces of equipment, but you have everything you need right now. You have earbuds with a microphone, you have a camera on your cell phone, and you have some type of editing software on both operating systems, whether it's Windows or Apple. And then I've also created a script template so that you can easily organize your thoughts to make creating your video so much easier. I also did a post that I'll put up there about, you know, how that I did for last week's session, which is about creating a week's worth of, or a month's worth of marketing in a day. And it gives you kind of a formula to follow. It'll work the same way with video. If you do everything in batches and then just schedule it out in an hour a day, you can do all of the things that you need to do in your marketing, and it'll make it manageable. It'll break everything down into bite-sized pieces. That's all on the website. So go take a look there. Thank you so much for joining me here. And does anyone have any questions before we go? So Colette, yes, you're going to have this recording. I will send out an email. If you're getting the emails right now, if you're getting emails, you'll get a replay link. Anybody have any questions before we go? Okay, well, fantastic. I will see everybody back here next Tuesday, 9:30, and we'll talk about lead generation.